Hey guys, I am back over at my Kingdom Jail Island, and I'm gonna do a little experiment because I really actually like kind of trying new things out, at least new for me. I kind of set this up and I thought, like we got to try it out. Seed farming apparently is a thing, but again, I've never done it. I mean, why would I? Who like puts sprinklers down and just leaves grass? But anyway, so yeah, I've made up this little grid. Let me just throw in the sprinklers and the water tanks. And as just a little side note to my friends, notice the date. It is not always spring here. It will be as soon as I'm done doing this, but sometimes it's not springtime. I'm nowhere near purple trees, so I couldn't care less that they're not purple. Anyway, okay, so we got those in. Now I'm just going to, maybe let's see, how many we got? 2, 4, 6, 10. We've got 10. I guess I'm not going to be able to like split them up evenly, but whatever. Alright, now that we've got all those in there, I'm just gonna like start spamming in the grass seed. And then so this is like technically like this is obviously where like the sprinkler will stop. But just kind of for, like, I don't know, I know it's gonna happen, but anyway, just for like test sake, I'm just gonna kind of like put the grass seed over where it won't get watered. Yeah, I mean, we'll know what happens, but anyway, I'm just gonna do it. And then I didn't really like count this out like 100%, so it's not going to be like entirely symmetrical. Like the yellow grass will have a section of 3, and then the tropical grass here will have a section of 3, and then we'll just do the fir grass have a section of 4. So symmetrical isn't necessary. I just kind of want to see like what's going to happen, what's it's going to look like. Alright, now we're getting in the fir grass, and then after that it's basically just going to be wait. We just have to wait for it to be watered and wait for it to grow. Alright, so there's that. Now basically that it's done, we just basically need to wait for it to get watered, so we'll check back after we sleep one day. Okay, so wow, interesting. So that grew like instantly overnight. I had no clue that that was going to happen. Wow, look at that, that's amazing. I figured that this was going to take a bunch of days, and then you like see the seed thingies. These look so cool though. I was so shocked like when I saw them on my island. Okay, but there's like no grass here. What's up with this? These are all like ferny things. Does the tropical grass not do it? And then like you see like the big difference, like there's nothing over here at all. And then like this is 100%. Wow, no, I didn't realize. That's really cool. And then when you harvest them, grass seed come out. I mean, I just think they look cool though. Let me see if I can get like a close-up of them. It's hard to get like close to them. I just think they look really neat. Alright, I'm gonna sleep again and see if like more grass seed will grow. Probably not. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of count and see how many we have in this fir section. And then I'm gonna sleep like a couple days just to see if like more will grow. And I'm gonna kind of do some testing. I'll cut it all down and I'll see if like this will always be like a seed pod spot and like nothing else. Yeah, so I'm just kind of interested in just kind of testing out stuff like that. That's really fun. Okay, so I count 25 right now, so I think I'm just gonna like sleep 2 days in a row. So like on the 18th we'll wake back up. Okay, so I slept 2 days in a row. Now it's the 18th. I'm gonna set the time ahead just so the sprinklers go away. Makes it easier to see. So last time we had 25. I'm just going to kind of count them up again, see if there's more. Alright, I count 26, but it might be because like they are kind of hard to see a little bit. Okay, I'm going to actually count. I'm going to sleep until the 20th. Okay, so I slept until the 20th, and then I'm just going to set the time forward just so it's easier to see. So the sprinklers turn off. Oh yeah, that looks like there's a ton more now. Okay, let me count these up. Okay, well I'm going to go through and harvest all of this. Okay, so what I've done is I've completely cleared out my inventory, and obviously you can see I've completely cut down all the grass. I want to do a test for 7 straight days, so I'm going to cut down this whole thing every single day, and I'll put it all obviously in chest number 1, and so on and so forth with all the rest. We'll do that for 7 days just to kind of compare. It'll get us a pretty... What's up with that shark? it'll give us a pretty good, you know, like reading. 7 days is a good enough like test run to like see if there's a pattern of consistency, or if it's totally random, then we'll know, you know, then it's random. So, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Sleeping time. Okay, so I've harvested all of them for 4 days in a row, so let's just kind of take a look and see what we have. So 201, I'll just kind of put them in my inventory like that. 201, 192, 200 exactly, and then on the 4th day, 185. So very similar, but yeah, that's pretty close, but I mean not identical, not exact. And then this one was a really interesting one. I guess we're not going to be able to like have spots here. We'll do like this here. This was all like day 1. So yeah, so there's that one. 135 and 17. Only 89 and 12. So I mean, that's a huge difference. 117 and 21. And then 121 and 16. So, I mean, yeah, this was the biggest difference. I mean, the difference between 135 and 89, it's a big difference. And there was no, like, you know, difference in, there wasn't more growing time, you know, on one day versus another. So it was all consistent on that. And then this one, we'll just, I guess, throw down here, 246. Apparently I left one. That should be for today. And this one is one single one there, so this one should be 228. So even looking at the differences between the fur, you know, 247, 256, 226, and 227. Obviously these two are really close, but that's a big difference, you know, in that. So not consistent. So what I'm actually going to do next is probably just throw these up in this other chest here. Then I'm going to let this all grow out, and then all I'm going to do is without the scythe. I'm not going to cut it all down. I'm just going to go and harvest all like the seed heads. Okay, so interestingly, in the fir grass, I'm not seeing any at all. This is day number 2. I'm not seeing any of the seed heads whatsoever. In the tropical grass, I am. But I mean, these are like ferns, so they're kind of different. And then the yellow grass is looking the same. There aren't not any seed pods. No seed pods at all. So I guess this is kind of going to be not much of a test. I guess we'll keep testing the tropical one though. See if there's any consistencies there. Alright, and so yes, looking like it's an every other day thing for these, the fir and the yellow grass. Because, yep, every other day they're not having any seed pods growing. So, and then today's the last day of summer, so I don't know if like the winter like is gonna, or I don't know if like the seasons will make any difference. Probably not. But so interesting thing is we had 87 on the first day, and then of course none on the second day. 87 on the 3rd day. Of course, absolutely nothing in here because there wasn't anything. So we're on day 4, there's nothing. So I wonder if tomorrow we'll see 87 here. However, down here, on the first time it was 69, and then the second time it was 75. So this was not consistent as far as like the seed pods. So not really sure there. And then we're kind of running into the same thing here. We've had 111, 117, 114. I didn't do today's yet, so that's not consistent either. I'm kind of going to think about I'm just going to actually go to sleep for the 5th day to see what happens with the yellow grass and the fir grass. And honestly, as I'm looking through here, these look like the exact same spots. I'm kind of feeling like the land is determined, like, you know, like this spot will always be blank, and like nothing will ever, you know, like be blank here. And, you know, like the other spot is like always going to produce a seed pod. I kind of feel like that's how this is turning out. Yeah, so I'm feeling like that this is consistent because when I counted, you know, just kind of counted and watched and did that for the quite a few days. I counted 26 pods. All right, and I got 87 here too. So of course they skipped every other. So, but on the first and the third and the fifth, when I harvested the grass seed, I got 87 every single time. Of course, you know, that's evenly divisible by 3. So that's interesting that those are consistent. So I wonder if I messed up on the fir here. What do we got here? 69 and 75. Yeah, I'm gonna guess what I did here is that I forgot to pick up one of them because this one had 75. Well, of course, if you take away 3, that leaves 72. If you give the 69, well, what happened to it? And so if you take those extra 3, I'm gonna guess that I left these on the ground because that would be 72, 72, and 72. So yeah, it's looking like it's consistent. This will always grow, you know, a certain number of seed pods. So if you have a seed pod laying, I don't know, let's say like on this spot, it will always grow seed pods. And like say if you never ever have a seed pod on this spot, it will never grow seed pods. That's really what it's looking like. It does kind of seem like when I did like the scythe, that like all of this extra grass can be random. It can kind of grow slower, but it also gives a different number of like seed drops sometimes. So that maybe is the kind of variable when we did like the big test over here with like all of this stuff, how nothing was identical. But all of these seed pod thingies, they're identical. They're, you know, like 72, 72, 72 each day. And then over on the other one, there's like 80. I don't know, anyway. So yeah, I love doing like experiments like this. And so big shout out to Jonathan for, you know, kind of that comment on the video that kind of prompted me to do this. Thank you so much for, yeah, letting me know that this was a thing because like I would have never thought about putting, you know, sprinklers on just grass. So, so yeah, thank you, Jonathan, for letting me know that. And yeah, that was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned a little bit too. And we'll see you next time. Have a good one, everyone. Bye, guys.